What's up? Did you guys know that I am my own worst enemy sometimes? I know, crazy. Nobody can believe this. Um, I keep, every now and again, I'll just like get into my own head about streaming like crazy. And in my brain, it's like I'm on camera and like there's like a performance anxiety kind of thing. But then I remember like, dog, it's not a performance. You're recording yourself just shooting the shit and playing Mario Kart. There is uniquely not a lot of pressure on you, you know? Let's actually start out at Desert Hills, and then I'll take the highway over to Mario Bros. Circuit. Let me bring up the list of things as well. There's not as much, you know, pressure in a more real sense either, because last time I did I made a segment out of some stuff, and I don't think I want to do that this time. I don't think I care to make a segment out of some of the stuff that I would be talking about this time around. Food. Ah, Vacation Peach. I see, I see. Let me move this a little bit. There we go. Okay, okay. Everybody's probably seen the news by now, but Trump is, kind of deteriorating, in terms of his physical health. Visibly so at this point. He has, evidently, what is it called? Chronic venous insufficiency. Venous, referring to veins in his leg. That's what that means. Basically, he's got blood clots in his legs, because of, being old. It's something that pretty frequently happens to old people, and it's possible that it's not that severe, but judging by the photographs that have come out, it is actually among the more severe stages of it. And so as a result, his days are probably numbered. Is this the goal? No, there's one more over there. Ah, Shy Guy Bazaar. Okay, cool. But, everybody's been wish casting the demise of Donald Trump, and I'm no different. It'd be extremely funny for him to die. What I kind of want to happen is that I want him to be alive exactly long enough for new developments in the Epstein case to occur, so that he can like crash out over it. Like, journalists, to their credit, have actually been asking Trump questions about Jeffrey Epstein and his association with Jeffrey Epstein, their friendship over the years, over the decades. The letter that he sent him, as per the Wall Street Journal article that dropped recently. And, like, Trump has always just kind of given the default PR response. I have nothing to do with him. I have nothing to do with it. Whatever, right? But one of these days, because he can't control himself, he is going to snap. And I actually really want to see that. I want to see the world reacting to him being, like, implicating himself even harder in the Epstein files. I know it's not going to actually change the minds of anybody in a cult, because they're in a cult, and as people have pointed out, MAGA is like one step away from just saying, you know what, molesting underage boys and girls is like good, actually, insofar as their willingness to defend Trump. So I'm not certainly the kind of person that believes that this would convince anybody that isn't already like skeptical of Trump. But nonetheless, it would be extremely funny. So I want him to live just long enough for that to happen, and then like just fucking die after that. Where's this track? Is it up there? Oh, I would have to probably turn off right here, maybe? I don't know. I could try riding the rails here. Where's this go? Just go to... Yeah, it must. Okay. Whoa, don't drive into oncoming traffic. Probably a bad idea. P mission? I'll take that. Alright. No. What time we're going? Yes, it is. Alright, perfect. What? Lame. Oh, am I getting stick drift already? That's crazy. Dude, remember when Nintendo tried to gaslight everybody into believing that, like, Joy-Con stick drift wasn't a thing? Also, how are you supposed to... I don't know how I did that jump the first time. But for some reason, the speed of the boost panel doesn't have enough speed on its own to actually get you that coin there. I don't know why. Okay. Cool. Oh, put me down. Alright. Alright, Mario Bros. Circuit, right? That's just right here, isn't it? Okay, there's a little road that you turn off on. Cool. Okay. Luigi's tires. Okay, burger place. Stairs that go up here. Cool. P mission. I'll take this P mission. Sure. I actually do think I've gone back and forth on the fate of basically the fate of MAGA as a sort of religious cult once Trump dies. I think that there are two possibilities to me. For that are relevant both for the Epstein files and for like the recent news that we discovered that Trump was diagnosed with or like has revealed was revealed to have chronic venous insufficiency. I think that like there are a couple of things that could potentially make it so that the MAGA cult splinters into other smaller cults, right? This has certainly been the fate of some cults in the past, you know. Certainly, they're like with the Seventh-day Adventists and the Branch Davidians. I think I don't know if the Branch Davidians were a splinter of the Seventh-day Adventists or if it was a different, like, cultish religious group in America. But this has happened before where, like, in one cult consolidating, it creates a smaller splinter cult that becomes, like, a separate thing, if that makes sense, right? And like, basically that has the effect of like reducing the amount of power and influence one of the cults has. Or actually that both of them have, because they splinter and become like different groups. I don't know. That's probably my best hope for what could happen there. You know? Oh, panel. How do I get up there? Oh, probably like this. So I need Trump to like have a big crash out on camera and then fucking die from being old and decrepit. God, it's kind of crazy. Like, we talk about Biden being old, and he is old, and he looks old, but, like, Trump is also old. Like, the two of them are both ancient. Trump was the oldest president in American history, and then Biden was the oldest president in American history, like, right back to back, you know, after each other. Which was like insane. I don't know how else to really say that. It was just like really insane that there's such a degree of gerontocracy, which is evidence of like an ailing political system, you know, on its own. But like it also has implications for the fate of the presidents themselves, whether or not they will literally be able to survive a full term. And it affects like the relationship that basically that people have to public officials of that stature, in that like you no longer have access to the president. There's not as much of a veneer of democracy at that level, if that makes sense, you know. I don't know. It's a relatively small thing when you compare it certainly to the degree of like institutional capture that wealthy people, financiers, private equity, hedge funds, and whatever else have exercised over other parts of the other parts of the government, over the whole ass government, and over other parts of society. But like, I think it's significant, nonetheless. Oh, here's a panel. Okay. What about up here or something? Nah, it doesn't look like there's anything up here. But, you know, if Trump kicks the bucket before such time that he has, like, a massive crash out on camera... Oh, what? That was all 5? What? How did I get 5 panels on this fucking track? I could have sworn I had only gotten, like, 3 or 4. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna head out to, Shy Guy Bazaar. If Trump kicks the bucket before that happens, like the giant revelation or whatever, like, I won't be super upset. But, I don't know, I might be, like, mildly disappointed. Am I going the right way? Yes, I am. Let's see, if I look at the highway here, it's kind of road going that way. Okay, okay. Just use this feather here. Fly over to Yoshi's. Okay, I will do that. What I'm hoping to do is get actually all the question mark panels done in this session. Don't know how feasible that's going to be, but nonetheless. I'm going to actually change character, in fact. Nice. Sort characters. Who have I not unlocked very many outfits for yet? DK. I haven't unlocked that much for Bowser Jr. I could do that, but I also just straight up haven't played some characters yet. I wonder, are there any alternate outfits for... Oh, wait, okay, here are the characters that there are alternate outfits for. There are, unfortunately, not alternate outfits for Goomba. I don't think. So, I guess I could play as, like, Donkey Kong or something. Sure. I'll do this. I'll do this car. I will change the sticker. What else we got here? Super one. Let's grab one of these new stickers. What do I want here? Goomba. I'm gonna get the Goomba one if I'm playing as Goomba, I think. Mario Bros. Circuit, 24 hours. Let's do Sunshine Railway. Sure. Of course, I had a feeling that because it's DK, he would be hitting that dab. You know, that tracks. Am I going the right way? No, actually, I do need to be going this way. Ah, all-terrain DK. Very cool. Hamburger. Give me this. Hamburger. Still the same food. No, wait, this isn't the right direction. I gotta turn around. I have to... I think find a way to turn off of this road. Okay, there's something down there. So I could probably just skip out on it like this. Yeah, okay. Here's a P mission, I could do that real quick. On the subject of Trump as well, you know, we're having a, you know, Trump is like the main character in parentheses evil, right? Like that's kind of what's up right now. One other thing on that subject is something that you might not know about if you're not like if you don't know what the Fed is or what it does. The Fed chair, Jerome Powell, he's basically the top government banker in America, is potentially might potentially be fired. Trump is considering it, and he's certainly under heightened scrutiny from the Trump administration because of like his unwillingness to set interest rates at a very, very low amount. Now, interest rates are some like extremely nerdy Keynesian shit. Basically, no matter what you do to interest rates, people die because this is capitalism, and what we're talking about is controlling the manner in which debt flows and ebbs, right? And if that is like when politics and economics kind of revolves around the ebb and flow of debt, you're gonna be trafficking in the deaths of people, you know, because debt is deadly. Uh, but basically, high interest rates means that lending money slows down. It means that economic activity driven by lending will slow down, right? People don't borrow as much, and banks also don't lend as much, if that makes sense. But when interest rates are high, or when interest rates are low, the opposite happens. There's a lot of borrowing. There's a lot of you know, lending of money and stuff like that. And it's like economic activity increases. Things become more active in the economy with the understanding that this is a debt-driven economy, right? You know, that's the usefulness of interest rates here. That's the impact that it has. Now, in cases of like a recession, typically what happens is that in order to stop something worse from happening, stopping a massive collapse, usually the Fed will set interest rates very high. You know, or like when there's worries of a recession, I think, so that things kind of slow down. The Fed, in fact, can induce a recession. Like they're capable of doing that. It gets very complicated very quick. Basically, if you set interest rates very low, it accelerates a recession that might otherwise be staved off by like slowing things down. You know? And that's what Trump wants to do because he doesn't really have an understanding of economics. He just wants to be the big, sweaty, sloppy boy who makes the deal, and art of the deal like saves the day and shit, right? But if you try to do that purely with a 0% interest rate, you like destroy the whole ass economy. You know? Because you know from the perspective of rich and powerful people and like politicians, they're like, yeah, you know, regular people are dying, who cares? But the banks still get to do business, so everything is fine actually. You know? Basically the to put it in very simple terms, the manipulation of interest rates by the Federal Reserve is tweaking the constitution of a house of cards so that it may or may not stay up for longer this time. Does that make sense? Does that like little breakdown make sense? You'd have to get somebody else to like to explain how the shit actually works. I'm by no means an expert on like Keynesian economics or some shit. You know? I think I should just try to find P missions and then let that be the sort of barometer for how I find question mark panels. I found one though, it's up there. Here's a P mission. Essentially what I'm getting at with that explanation of the Fed and interest rates is that if Trump fires Jerome Powell to do what he's thinking of doing, it will be disastrous. For literally everybody. All right, now where, if I go around, drive around this track, where are the P missions? Maybe is there one down here? Well, there's a pipe here. I don't know where this is taking me. Oh, well, there's a P mission. I could go for that one. Well, there's a panel here, too. Okay. I'll take that, and I will take this. Get the blue coins in the bazaar? Alright, no problem. Yay. Alright, cool. So, wait. Is this a part of the track still? Yeah, okay, I was going, this way. I think that was only one panel on this track so far that I got. There's a panel there. I don't know how to get there, though. This is definitely not how you're intended to do it, but this works too. Or maybe it doesn't, actually. Maybe I'll just crash into the wall like that, and then have to go back onto the your regularly scheduled reversing of the track. There's a P mission down there. Let's see what this is about. Ride along the outer wall to sneak in. Okay. Why would I need to sneak in? It's a bazaar. It's fucking public marketplace. Idiot. Alright, well. No! What? How are you supposed to do that? Did I too early? Maybe. Maybe I jumped too early. Okay. Let's try like this. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. Alright, start drifting. Alright, now it's a little bit more straightforward. Okay, nice. I've cleared a mission. And I got a sticker for it. Unfortunately, I'm no longer on the track. Oh, there's a panel there. How do you get up there? Oh, I guess I could just come over here. Okay. Oh, there's a panel there. Be back for that one, I guess. In the meantime, I'll just go for this one. Sure. Whoa, what? How did... What? I don't understand that section. Okay. Now let's try it like this. Right? So then you do... That's... What? Why? Why? This track is confounding me. Get me up there. Then let me do that. Get me over here. Right? Then that panel was over here. Right? That should be 2, I think. Yeah. And then there was a panel down there, which I could actually pretty easily grab if I just do this. Okay, cool. So that's 3. Right? So there's 3 all in this little area. And then I seem to have lost the general direction of, like, where the track is. Okay, okay. So back here. Back here. And I'm going to try to retrace the route up there that leads to that panel. Okay. So I don't see an immediately evident way to get up there. Maybe I'll try this pipe again. Okay, that is kind of how you're supposed to get up here. I mean, that is a way to get up here. So from here, I can just kind of go down here. Come this way. And there we go. That's another panel done. Right? That's 4. Yep. I've yet to see where number 5 is, though. Alright. Maybe I ought to just find another P mission? Maybe. Where I would find one, though, is would be kind of the question for that. I don't know where I would. Oh, I see one up there. How do I get up there? Is it this, maybe? It must be, right? Yeah, okay, okay. This brings you up here. There's coins there. There's P missions here. Let's go this middle one, I guess. Shy Guy Challenge number 1. Okay, what do they mean by this? Oh. Oh, I see. I need to bomb the Shy Guys. Or not. I will just drive around you. No bomb needed. Okay. That's the first one. Damn it, I hit the wrong button. Now I have to drive all the way back there. What else was I gonna... Oh yeah, I saw recently on well, I guess this doesn't have as much to do with Trump. Trump and Elon have had kind of a falling out, so that, like, what they do is not as directly connected to the other one anymore. But, you know, this one's more on the Elon Musk side of things, where he's been, like, I don't know, having fun with his Twitter Mecha Hitler robot. Grok apparently has, like, the American government has apparently given, like, a hundreds of millions of dollars federal contract to Grok. Like, $200 million in government contract money to Grok. And this is after it was, like, calling itself Mecha Hitler and all that. So we knew that Grok was a Nazi. And the government was just like, sure, fuck it, take my money. By which I mean the American people's money. You know, for what purpose? Nothing. Absolutely nothing at all. Because that's, you know, that's what AIs do, right? It's a black hole of money. It's kind of like, for a brief moment, I was like, why is Grok receiving, like, a defense contract? You know? Like, this was, I think... This was a contract from, like, the Pentagon. And so I was like, that almost, like, doesn't make sense. But then I realized, oh, wait, right. Grok and the Pentagon serve the same purpose in this kind of capacity. In this instance, they're just black holes of money where you can take value that's been produced or added or, like, whatever, right? And you can throw it away so that it doesn't get used for anything good. So that the status quo is maintained and nothing fundamentally changes. You know, in 1984, where it's like, you know, the state and the party spends so much money on the military specifically so that there's no pressure on them, or there's no, like, there's an excuse for none of the things they produce, none of the wealth they produce to go to things like food production or housing or solving any of the underlying issues that plague society. The same thing is true of, like, the military industrial complex in the real world. You know, George Orwell is just, like, very, very unsubtly modeling his sort of dystopia off of the world that we live in, right? The same dynamic exists where the money that is spent on the military is money wasted. It's money that is specifically meant to not go to a more productive purpose. And the same thing is happening with Grok, where with the military, it would be more directly Orwellian. I feel like with Grok, this is sort of like a fusion of the Orwellian and the Huxleyan. You know, the Huxleyan dictatorship being one where instead of certain knowledge being banned outright, you know, like books being banned or whatever, it is instead a world where, like, or a dystopia where there are merely infinite distractions that people will preoccupy themselves with that will prevent anything in politics from ever getting addressed, because it's like, you know, you jangle keys in front of people's faces every couple of seconds. And Grok in this case is like the keys being jangled. Uh, uh, you know? Does that make sense? Okay. I think there was a set of binoculars at the beginning here. Maybe I'll go back and look at that. Yeah, here it is. Let's take a look. Question mark panels, please. There's a P mission there. That could lead to something. Yeah, let's go over there, check out that P mission and that Peach medallion, and see if that leads to the final panel. If not, then we can just come back to the binoculars. Let's go out this way. I think what I would need to do here, turn around. Maybe not. Maybe I gotta turn around up here or something. This is kind of the lazy man's way out, but I'm gonna try for a feather here. Not a feather. 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 That's the worst two items I could have gotten in this situation. I'm just doing donuts over here. Not a feather. At least it's not a golden mushroom. No, I fucking fell. Oh well. Get me back up there. That's not a feather. That is also not a feather. That is a feather. Okay, so now let me identify a point where I could jump up to that thing there. Have to get up here first. Okay, that's good enough. Okay. Boop. Nice. Now what? Tricky tour through Shy Guy Bazaar. Alright. What? No. This is extremely unclear on what it wants me to do. Oh, are you supposed... Is that an edge? Is that a thing you can ride? What the hell? I'm confused. Okay. Really great mission design. Thank you. Oh, well. Look, it's no biggie. This is only attempt number 3. So you do this. What? You go too far if you jump to the right. You don't go far enough if you jump straight. You wouldn't be going in the right direction at all if you jumped left. Okay. Okay, that's how you're supposed to do it. Huh? Okay, never mind. Maybe I was right at the beginning of this. This is very unclear what they want you to do to go through these hoops. Brother. Yeah, I can't fucking control... The controls in this game are not helping me here. That's like a pretty basic turn to make, and then the game just... like... Like, the angle and... The angle that I'm pitched at and the degree of my turn are not the same thing. Even in a drifting kind of logic. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's do this. What? I didn't jump left. I jumped straight. I jumped forward. Joy-Con drift. Alright. Start a drift here. Take it tight. I almost missed that. What? It ate my jump. I pressed R like 2 times, and it was like, nah. Because I guess I was airborne for a split second. Okay. Bro. It legitimately doesn't make sense how you're supposed to do this. Okay, you have to let go of the drift early, and then not do that. Bro, I don't know what they want you to do. I guess you don't actually have to go through all the hoops. You just have to go through the one at the end. Right? There we go. That's not what I meant to do, game. If anything, I was like holding slightly left. And I was hoping like, oh, please just let me jump straight. And I was like, nah, catapult you to the right. Brother. I don't know why this mission, more than other ones, is like actually kind of getting to me. I guess it is an execution test in a game that is extremely inconsistent with its own execution and like has really bad controls. Okay, so you do have to wait a little bit and then jump to the right instead of jumping early and going straight. Like that. Then you do this. You... What? What is this? What? Fuck it. I'm just driving. How are you supposed to do that? Oh man, this is an amount of rail riding that I was actually not ready for with this game. No! I didn't wait long enough that time. There's this awkward amount of, like, waiting that you have to do on that rail. If you do it too late, you don't jump at all, because it eats your jump, because it's like, you're in the air for a split second. You have to get it right before it reads you as being airborne. Okay, sure. Whatever, this works. What? What? Okay. Attempt number, I don't fucking know how many. I've already lost count. It's probably in the teens at this point. Okay. Okay. And, Then, what? You do this, I guess? Alright. What the... Oh, okay. Alright. Alright. I've somehow fucking nailed it that time. Let me just hit this so I can go back up to that rooftop. And instead, drive over this way to get the, Peach Medallion that's right over there. Yay. Okay, cool. God, there's a lot of, great, like, things on top of these buildings that are square shaped that makes me think that, like, at first glance that it's like a question mark panel. Like those exhaust vents, those are tripping me up. Oh, I bet there's one under there in there. That'd be the perfect place to hide one. No? Wow, I'm actually kind of surprised. Well, I did say I was going to go back to the binoculars, so maybe I'll just do that. That might be a good idea. Well, we got Grok receiving fucking military contract money. Trump being a sickly-ass old man who continues to crash out over Epstein with just enough restraint not to completely lose it on camera in front of reporters, which I hope happens, because it would be the funniest possible timeline. And then we got, like... We got ICE still doing their shit. Like, recently I saw the latest in ICE chicanery was that a 22-year-old Palestinian American guy was disappeared at the airport when he flew into the country returning from somewhere. His dad was waiting for him and like hasn't seen him since. Like nobody's seen him since. And that combined with all the other things that ICE has been doing makes me think that, holy shit, the World Cup is going to be a whole ass political fiasco. You know how like in it, God, this is such a fucking soy ass comparison. You know how in like Victoria 3, Victoria 2, there's like diplomatic crises or whatever, like diplomatic incidents where in the game, right? It's like it's not always beneficial to just go to war. Like it's not EU4, you can't just go to war for everything because there are actually consequences there. So you have to like manufacture a crisis of diplomacy so that a peaceful resolution to that crisis can involve you getting what you want out of it. It feels like this is the non-manufactured version of that, where like because of like the United States hosting an international event at a time where the United States has been openly hostile to the concept of anything outside of its own borders, that isn't Israel. That is, I mean, Israel isn't exactly outside of American borders. If you know the relationship between the military-industrial complex and Israel. Uh, but like, I feel like there's going to be a comparable, very newsworthy, very globally televised and discussed crisis where the World Cup happens in America and like the government can't fucking help itself because it is high on its own supply and just like sends ICE goons to fucking arrest literally everybody at the stadium or some shit. And then like there's record low World Cup viewership and everybody dogs on America for that. I can't see the last panel anywhere from here. Where could it be? Analyzing like where could it be? I haven't checked out what's in that tunnel yet. I may need to see what's in there. And I haven't explored too much of that castle, not consciously. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll head over that way and see what's up. Let's first, before I go into the castle, let's go this way. And see that tunnel. Actually, there was a small... Well, I'd have to be on the upper level to get there. Oh, this just leads this way. Okay. Oh, maybe it would be up here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Okay, okay. That actually wasn't too bad. So I got all 5 there. Now, oh boy. This is the last one. This is the last track where I haven't gotten all the panels. I've gotten all the panels for all of the other tracks. Except for this one, Crown City, because that has twice as many. It has 10 instead of 5. So there's me, Donkey Kong. I guess I just gotta start driving. And head out of town. You know? Maybe catch some P missions along the way? Maybe. See, where am I headed? Probably need to be headed a little bit more this way. I don't know why I used 2 there. Yeah, okay, I'd probably have to go, like, past Mario Bros. Circuit. And then that would get me to Crown City. Feather. Am I headed the right way? Yes, basically. Okay. So I'm gonna have to, I think, hang not a right, a left. Somewhere about here? I guess I'm trying to follow the road a little bit too hard. I can always just not. Like, I don't have to. It's nothing saying that I have to. It's just kind of fun to, like, follow the transportation routes that are in-game, like, provided to you. I don't know. Hitch a ride to collect the airborne blue coins. What? I'm in the fucking helicopter? What is going on here? Oh. Okay. Alright. I didn't think I would be driving a helicopter, flying a helicopter in the Mario Kart game, but like, alright, I guess that's the world in which we find ourselves, isn't it? You know? Sure. Drive into oncoming traffic, nothing to see here. How the fuck do I get up there? Oh, I see, I see. Wait, no, I don't? What? How the fuck would you... whatever. That's not super important. I'll come back to that. Maybe. I still don't know if I want to get all the P missions. Or if I just want to do the panels. Because I've gotten a good amount of them. I guess if I'm doing a completionist run of this game, like, over time, I do want to eventually get all the P missions as well. Which means I'm going to be spending a lot more time on the highway sections in between tracks. Oh, cool. Okay. Alright. Nice. The retry button is very nice when you just want to, like, teleport back to where you started the P mission. Oh, okay, so that's the thing that lets you drive the truck. Hamburger. Fuck it, I can't resist. Yeah, let's go, baby. Fuck you. Oh my god. I'm going on a rampage. Am I going the right way? Yes, I am. Okay. Ooh. Burger. Hamburger. This game is delightful, dude. Future me clip that. Clip me going on a rampage in the fucking 18-wheeler. This game's funny. Got some very funny elements to it. Alright. So if I keep following this highway, it should get me to Crown City eventually. Oh, there's a Peach medallion up there. Hmm. Ache? It didn't transform me into anything. Unfortunate. Stoplights? Fuck stoplights. This is Mario Kart. Alright, well, I'm in Crown City now. What's up? I guess this is like a proper city. I'm driving on the sidewalk! I'm a menace. Somebody's got to stop this man. There's a panel. I've activated a panel. Okay. Guess I could kind of go, like, just around the city. I don't know. think I have to mushroom to or not. Can drive on the wall there, though. That's kind of crazy. I wonder if there's a set of binoculars on this track. I remember this part of it, I think. You know what? I might even... This might be something that I kind of have to treat as, like, not even a track, but just, like, an actual city that I go block by block and explore. You know? Blue coins. What is this? Oh, yeah, right on the railing here. What? No, retry. Snapback. Okay. Beyond that blue coin, I actually don't know where it's telling me to go. It says there's the typical, like, 8 blue coins here, but I don't know. Wait, you are supposed to jump? What is that bullshit? Huh? So if I jump, I overshoot it, but if I don't jump, I just fly straight into the wall. What? What kind of sense does that make? That's so precise. I guess that's what kind of sense it makes. It's a precise jump, but like... Oh, okay, there's a blue coin over there. So I assume there's like... Okay. No, I was still too late. How are you supposed to do this? I guess you're supposed to jump a little earlier. Maybe not that early, but like right after you get that coin. Yeah, I think it is right after you get the coin. So while I'm attempting this, I guess, there was something I wanted to talk about that's actually a little bit in the past now, and doesn't require an article for me to talk about it. And that is the No Kings protest and the Fight Oligarchy tour. I talked both positively and negatively about the No Kings protests as they were happening and immediately after. And I mentioned during my discussion about that the No Kings protest would only have a meaningful impact if there were follow-ups, if it was not a one-off sort of event, right? Unfortunately, the reality has come to pass where it was a one-off. Same with the Oligarchy tour. I'll get to the Oligarchy tour in the Fight Oligarchy tour in a minute. But I want to focus on the No Kings protest, particularly because there's a little bit of like disappointment, and there's also a little bit of like Schadenfreude, because there were some of like the most insufferable liberals alive that saw the success initially of the No Kings protests and made it all about how, see, this is why the liberals are good at activism and the left is bad at activism, only for the No Kings protest to fizzle out and for the Mamdani mandate, you know, the Mamdani mandate to be still going strong, and for leftists to be reorganizing and galvanizing to find more candidates like Mamdani to try to get progressives in office, right? The reason that that the No Kings protests, I believe, were a failure is exactly that. It was a one-off. It wasn't something that repeatedly happened. It occurred once, but then the organizers haven't really made any requisite follow-up efforts. There isn't any sort of local power that is involved in the No Kings quote-unquote movement that really only happened for one protest, where there is local power for things like, for example, the Mamdani campaign, or even the ill-fated Deja Fox campaign, which I did a little bit of phone banking for, you know, or the Kat Abu Ghazaleh campaign, which I may do some phone banking for as as I have the time for it, you know? Uh, uh, these, like, organizing is more complicated than just having one big protest, you know? And of course, for what it was, for a one-off event, the No Kings protest was like a very successful one-off. The problem is that it being a one-off makes it a failure in other ways, you know? And I think now that time has passed, we can kind of see that. It's now become like one of those things, a little bit like the Women's March, where there are liberals who will put it like in their bio on social media or whatever, but that's kind of the only social impact that it's had, you know? Uh, uh, and it's not certainly a bad thing that there was this protest that happened one time where everybody demonstrated how much they fucking hate Donald Trump and hate the far right, and the fact that the far right has power. Everybody's like, that's not okay, actually, and that you can still see people repping it, but the problem is that it's not like still happening. Does that make sense? Ah, panel right here. That's 2, I think. Yeah. Jeez. So I could make this a little bit of an I told you so moment for liberals. And I will to a certain extent, because I'm not above being a little bit petty in times like this, particularly when there are some sections of the liberal tent in politics that is more focused on keeping out the left than actually meaningfully constructing a post-capitalist and post-fascist world. So that like we can live sustainably, that'd be pretty good actually. But mostly I wanted to like, I think this mainly is of interest to me because of like uh, uh, the more straightforward political considerations of like what makes for successful activism and that sort of stuff. What the fuck? Dude, this track is all sorts of wacky. Where's this pipe take me to, I wonder? Literally LA? Maybe not. Well, I don't know, it kind of looks like LA. Distressed chatty? Sorry, no soliciting. Get the fuck out. Oh, what? It puts me over here? That's weird. And I also don't want that. So stop it. Crown City, you say? Yeah, I think the block by block approach is going to have to be the name of the game here. Oh, is that a parking garage up there? It is. There's got to be a panel in the parking garage, right? Probably. Oh, food. Nice. Give me that. Damn, this really is the Mario Kart game where you drive up the parking garage. Give me them chips. Oh, what? I'm just default DK again? No! Don't fucking launch me out of the... Safety hazard. Safety hazard. Where's OSHA? That is a fucking workplace safety violation. Okay, there's a panel. I knew there was going to be one in here, at the very least. That's 3, I think? Yeah. Wonder what's at the very top of this. The roof. Oh, there's a P mission. And a... Over here or stuff? Oh. Oh, that's where this leads. Okay, okay. Let me do the P mission. Drift through the parking garage like a legend? Alright, say less. Got me on some gas, gas, gas. I'm gonna step on the gas. Brake drifting is very useful here. Okay. Then what? Oh. Alright. Whee. Clear. Very nice. And now I teleport off the highway. Or I guess that would just be the main road, as opposed to the highway. No, this is a highway. This is an urban highway. This is a little interchange here. Oh, knocking out these barriers. Was that a P mission? It was. But I've talked a little bit about the No Kings protests, and I think that owes mostly to the impotence of the organizers, the liberal organizers, and the inability or unwillingness, probably inability, to follow through and to have more than just the one event. I know they tried to do another one on like July 4th, but I actually don't think that that really materialized. And the thing that makes me say that is I haven't seen anything about it since, right? Like they were saying, oh yeah, we're doing more like mobilizations, but it was really only the one in like I think it was June, or maybe it was even May. I don't fucking know. The time is a blur at this point because of how much has been happening. The Fight Oligarchy tour, I think, failed for similar and overlapping, but not the same exact set of reasons. The Fight Oligarchy tour was Bernie Sanders and AOC going around the country to basically say, like, oligarchy is bad, the capture of the economy by a few unelected, very powerful and unaccountable elites is bad, and we need to fight it. Basically, it was like, I don't know, it was just kind of a series of rallies, right? And I think that on one level, that is a correct way to approach politics. If you have political personalities, you need to be constantly showing them off, and like galvanizing people behind them to support a political message, political platform, so that people, you know, believe in some stuff, right? So that was a good feature of the Fight Oligarchy tour. It was received relatively well, but again, there was not really a follow-up. Oh, there's another panel. There wasn't really a follow-up to the Fight Oligarchy tour either, you know? And I think that was owing to, again, like, the lack of follow-through. I think that's more straightforwardly a lack of ability to follow through, because it's like a tour. It's not something you can easily recreate once you've already done it, right? If that makes sense. And aside from that, it did actually, there's one respect in which it wasn't a failure that the No Kings protest was. And that is that it has had downstream effects, despite another thing that the No Kings protest had that the Fight Oligarchy tour didn't, which is friends in high places, right? You had Bernie and AOC, but like those were really the only two powerful individuals that, like, there wasn't as much of an institutional inroad for the Fight Oligarchy tour as for the No Kings protests, if that makes sense. And I would say that, like, even considering that, it, like, the Fight Oligarchy tour was still less of a failure because it sort of consolidated the progressive base at least enough to get somebody like Zoran Mamdani elected. And I don't want to, like, obviously Zoran Mamdani got elected because he's an incredible candidate. He's an incredible politician with an incredible vision for New York City. But undoubtedly, the support from Bernie Sanders and AOC helped him get over that line there because of how popular they are, and basically, like, the Fight Oligarchy tour was them, like, doing a little bit of aura farming so they could, like, pass that on to Zoran Mamdani a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So those I believe were the failures of the No Kings protests and the Fight Oligarchy tour. Mostly, I think the No Kings protest. I think that was like a you know, kind of a bigger disappointment, but nonetheless, it, like, uh, um, you know, there's some lessons to be learned there. That if you start organizing protests, you can't just stop at one. You have to have some kind of local power involved. That's another thing that both the No Kings protest and the Fight Oligarchy tour suffered from, is that the Fight Oligarchy tour didn't necessarily have any local power behind it. They had to build that later during the Mamdani campaign, or they had to, like, piggyback off of that with the Mamdani campaign to keep the fire burning. The No Kings protest just didn't have it at all. And you need to be militant, you need to be loud, you need to be consistent, you need to be, like, to a certain extent, you need to be repetitive. You need to be willing to, you know, do it over and over and over again in order to have a successful political movement, or like protest movement or whatever. Oh wow, we're going all around the city with this one. So I go back to one of the things now that I said, actually, in a video that I did, like, pretty shortly after Trump won his re-election bid, which is that if we're successful in fighting fascism and moving the country to the left, if progressives are to be successful, then our local power will have to come from the local, then our political power, excuse me, will have to come from the local level. You know, because that is the hardest kind of political power to unseat once it is established, right? Like if progressive reforms or progressive change happens at a local level, you are like the spawn of Satan if you ever try to undo something good at the local level. You know? Once you get people caring about their community, it's very hard to make them stop caring. You know? Panels. I'm looking for panels. Hmm. I guess I could kind of resume the block by block approach. Well, I've destroyed a fire hydrant. Might be. Over here. Nothing. Why is it not showing me the minimap? Okay. It is now. I guess when I'm under stuff, it just doesn't show me. Big idea? Okay, no. For a second, I thought maybe I could get up there. But I was silly. Get out of here. Stinking van. Dude, even my air conditioner isn't enough to stave off the heat in my room. God, this house is so poorly ventilated. Alright, fuck it. I'm kind of lost now. Alright, let's go back to a point of reference, right? Okay, there's that first panel that I found. So the entrance, the place where I came into the city is about here. Right? It was on this road. So what I'm trying to do is kind of probe the outside, I guess, and kind of look block by block. It sucks that the city isn't really structured by block. Yeah, I'll say that for sure. What's this? Nothing. Got some toads walking around here. Okay. How would I get... Okay. It's really not helping that they're not showing me the minimap for the majority of the time that I'm driving here. Okay, there is a panel up there. How do I get up there, though? Parking on the grass here. I guess I have to go into this tunnel here, don't I? Oh, okay, yeah. You get off at the side here. Gotcha. And then you just go this way as opposed to the other way. Alright. Not so bad. I don't exactly want to use my feather, so I'm just going to charge up a jump. There we go. Alright, now I'm on the construction site. Here's another panel that I can get. Very nice. That's something that you can get up to. Hold on, how do you get up there? Huh? How in the world do you get up there? How many do I have? It's 5. Okay, I have 5 panels. So I'm halfway done with this track. I don't know how you're supposed to do that, man. Oh, wait a minute. This is something you can drop down onto. Whee. Okay. No panel? Oh. I feel like that'd be a really good place to hide a panel. There's no panel on the solar panels? I'm disappointed. What if I go down here? Well, there's coins here. No panel, though. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, it's showing me how I'm supposed to do this. Yeah, okay, so that's how you're supposed to get over here. And then this has a peach medallion. And this is what I was looking at. That's not what I meant to do. God dang. Okay, let's go back up. I'm gonna go actually back up there and explore the rooftops again, insofar as I can. Let me drop off actually on this rooftop this time. Huh? Nothing much here. Did I see something over there? Oh, okay. I see where I am now. Yeah. Damn. Oh, what? That's out of bounds? That's so specific. Wait, what was that? I think that was just coins, but if it was a panel, yeah, okay, it was coins. What is this for? It's a jump that doesn't go anywhere. Okay. No, is it? Can you? No, you can't go in there. Okay, there's glass. Oh yeah, that's a thing too. You go up there. Okay. God dang it. Run into a car at 2 miles per hour and you fucking break your entire skeletal structure. Jump through the window. Nice. Hit the P mission. Parkour tour of Crown City. Hopefully I will see a P, not P mission, you know, question mark switch or a panel. That's what. Ah. Nope, I gotta. Oh, wait, I think that was one. Maybe. Alright, let's give it another go. Parkour tour. Okay, so that one area you gotta drift. Yeah, you start drifting here, I think. And, okay. Great. I missed it by 1 centimeter. Mm-hmm. Okay. Got that. Okay, no, that wasn't a panel. Whee! Nice. I cleared a mission. Oh, now I'm on top of the roof of like this lower built neighborhood. Okay. Oh, you guys see what I see over there? There's a panel and a P mission. There's a panel there too. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, there's number 6. Then you guys can see over the... Yeah, okay, there's that panel. On top of that building. Let me go... I don't want to, like, just abandon the rooftops here. Oh, well, I guess I kind of have to. Wait, unless? What is this? There's a little bouncy thing over here. What's this do? Oh, that just puts me up here. Yeah, I see on top of that building there. Oopsie. Ah, get me out of here. Okay. That's the parking garage. So, oh, okay. So I gotta, I think, like, ramp off the top of the parking garage in order to get to that building. Let me try that. Up here. Yeah. Yeah, okay, okay. And then you just hit one of these. Okay. Well, let's go back to the parking garage now. And then I can get that P mission on top of the building. Okay. No, what? Why? Back to the top of the parking garage, I guess. Come on. Get... No! Again? Stop respawning me here, dude. Get out of here, Yoshi. God, it takes me like a minute, like a full minute to get back up to the top. Or maybe not a full minute, maybe more like 30 seconds. Well, definitely longer than 30 seconds if I fucking do that. Okay. There we go. Grab that parking spot fast. Oh, I'm going back that way. Okay. Eh. Okay, that was easy. The mission itself was easy, getting over there. I guess that wasn't like how you were intended to get over there, but whatever. Let me try that again. I'm gonna try to get over there. Not the mission, just to get over to that rooftop. Okay. Nope. Dang. I have 7 panels here. How do you get on top of that roof? You gotta... You have to bounce off of a pedestrian. That's silly. Okay. Ah, or I could do this. Alright. Is there anything... Well, it doesn't look like there's anything worth seeing from up here. God dang it. Sure. Me out of here. This place is big. Only 3 more panels and then I'm done with the whole game in terms of panels. If I do P missions, that will be another... That will not be this stream, but... Is that the... That's the parking garage, okay. Oh, binoculars. Fun. Let's take a look. Okay, so we got a view of the parking garage. You have some stuff here. You have some rooftops over there. Okay. Hmm. It seems like I've gotten all the panels over here. Right? Yeah. 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 Can I find... I wonder if I can find another set of binoculars from up here that I could look at. No, it doesn't look like it. What a question mark panel? If it is, it's one I've already gotten. So, no real relevance there. Okay. I might want to just go to the exact opposite side of the city from this point here. Right? Like, just take the ring road. And, oops. Yeah, come over this way. And, alright, I guess I'm up here. Oh, there's a panel. Instantly rewarded. That's 8. There's only 2 more now. Only 2 more panels. There's a P mission down there. I think I want to go get that. Let me do that. Race through dinosaur-filled streets. Okay. Okay. So far, so good. What? What is this? What? Oh, I see. You want me to... Ah! Why? Over here. Then... Okay. Then just kind of... Uh-huh. Go up this way, and then... Oh, okay, glider ramp. Cool. Nice. And I drop all the way down. Okay. Take me back to where that P mission was. I don't think that really helped me find much of anything. Not that I could really look, because there were fucking giant dinosaurs everywhere. Okay. There's the helipad there. That doesn't have a panel on it. I'm gonna drop down here. This doesn't have a panel on it, that's for sure. Helipad over there, I can kind of see. That doesn't have anything on it. Hmm. Come on. What am I looking at? Where? That's a pile of coins on top of the bank building over there. Which, yeah, that tracks. It's the bank building. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place? Huh. Panels, please. Panels, please. Yoshi Burger. Oh, for a second I thought that was one, but it was just like a little vent on top of the building. Whoops. Hmm. No, that's not one either. What if I take this ramp here? What if oh, wait. Hold on. Binoculars, finally. Ah, there wouldn't be one down there. All right, let's zoom out. See if there are some areas I haven't gone to. Okay, yeah, there's that one panel. City. Mario Kart, the game where you look through binoculars to try to find the collectibles. I actually really do like the single player mode. It's just frustrating as hell to find these things. Some of them have been like the easiest things to find, and then other ones are hidden infuriatingly well. Is that? No, that is not a question mark panel over there. Well, I haven't really looked at that, like, very edge of the city over there, have I? Maybe that's due for a look. Right? That's something I haven't looked at yet. Then, what else? That looks like something? See how there's, like, a little space? Wait, no, that's just a brick wall. It just looks like there's space there. It's because of the shadow. Never mind. Never mind. I feel like you ever feel like you're gonna be like just completely exposed when you like there's something you can't find for forever, and then it's like, oh my god, that was so fucking obvious. I feel like for a lot of these, it was either like I was never going to find this ever, or like how did I not instantly recognize that when I passed by it the first time, you know? Okay. Not a huge fan of the fact that I haven't really identified anywhere to look even, aside from that one place, but one place is better than nothing at all. So let's go over to the edge of the city over there and have a look at at these buildings like on the edge of town. See if there's some a panel here. Oh, here's something. Ow. Road that comes through here. Okay, now I'm at a part of the city that I think I have explored. So let me go back here. Oh, there's got to be something up there. It's too well hidden to not have anything. No? Huh. Maybe if I go up? Top of the building? How would I do that? Turn around, do something like... not like that. What in the world? Oh, there's one. Okay, I found... that's number 9. All right. Great success. Now, one more. One more panel, and then I will actually have found every single panel in the game. Right? I seem to remember there being... like, kind of an obvious way to get up on top of the roofs here. Oops. Fucking destroying the city, dude. Unfortunate. Let's see, over here, perhaps? Okay. Alright, I'm up top. Up top now. Now, is there anything up here? Well, I guess I didn't really get to find out. Didn't look like there was a whole lot up there. Give me that kebab. I deserve a nice kebab as a reward for being able to find as many of these things as I have. Meanwhile, I'm cycling back and forth between the 2 different DK costumes because I can't find any other ones. Okay. Alright, the search for the last panel begins now. I will accept help from chat if you guys are willing to give me hints. I think there were a rare couple panels that I actually did have to look up, but for the vast majority of these, I've just found them on my own. Now, I think I remember where some of the other binoculars are positioned around the city. Yeah, there's one that I've gotten there. There's a P mission there, but I don't think that's going to... Well, I don't think it's going to lead to anything, but you never know. And I also wanted to do the P missions anyway, so I may as well. May as well. Okay, yeah, it's going to take me across the bridge. Oh, wait. The bridge was actually part of the track, wasn't it? I hadn't really considered that. Ah, no! Okay. God, if they put one on the bridge, that would actually be kind of dastardly. Not even gonna lie. I'm kind of doing the P mission here just to pass the time. To like... Well, to get an idea of maybe where I should look. But then also sometimes when you follow a P mission through one of the tracks, you just kind of happen to see 1 or 2 question mark panels on the way. Which is nice. Okay. What? Where's the last one? Huh? Gave me no indication of where the last one was. Thank you, game. Very cool. Alright. Okay, DK, get up there. We can do some of this, some of this, some of this. Then, okay, okay. Oh, I guess that was all of them. I just happened to miss one. All right. And yeah, there's definitely not going to be any of the here, look, if I go out a certain distance here, the minimap will stop showing on the bottom right. Eventually. Hello? Did they actually like put something this far out? No way, right? That'd be absolutely diabolical if they did that. Ow. Yeah, okay, no. Alright, for a second I was getting a little bit worried. Give me the Yoshi's burger. Even though it's not a burger. Pizza. Sure. And nothing there. I took a look at those binoculars. Let me go try to find a different set of binoculars. Maybe just starting this way. Wasn't there a pair, like, at the beach or around the beach somewhere? I feel like there was. Maybe not. Huh. Yeah, no, it looks like not. Alright. Ow. I think there, oh, there was a pair up here. I remember that much. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. Doink. Okay. Oh, dude, tenants wanted. Sick. It's possible there's one on the side of those apartments that I can't see. The problem is there's no way for me to actually ride on the side of the buildings over there. So maybe not. I'll consider looking there, but so maybe the hidden side of these apartments is somewhere I could check out. Apart from that, where could this last panel be? It's not anywhere in here. I've checked this area for panels, and I think I got whatever panels were here. There was one in the parking garage. I got that one. There's one in a like random alleyway over there somewhere. So that's one possibility there. Yes, looking at the city from this angle doesn't really give me much of a idea where I'm supposed to look for these panels. See, it is possible to drive on some of the... Oh, maybe it's up there? Maybe. Maybe. If there was one up there, how would I get up there? Alright. From this vantage point in particular, it looks like option number 1 is up on that rooftop where those coins are. And option number 2 is behind these apartments. Let's do that. Let's go check that out. No, damn it. Wanted to ride the, like, these things. Yeah, there we go. I love riding the rails that can actually dissipate, like disappear from whatever. Okay. So in order to get up there, I have to go over here. I think. Yeah, you gotta go over here. Come up here. This way. There's a helicopter. Okay, this is where I would probably start looking. Alright. Ah, there's no panel up there. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. There's no panel on top of the bank. Wait, I found it. Hold up. There it is. Damn. Alright, let's see if this works. Nope. Okay. Now, how are you supposed to get over there? Or maybe are you supposed to go off of the glider ramp there? I found the last panel. It's just a matter of collecting it, and then I'll be done with stream. No, it's too high up for you to go off of this ramp and get there. How many times? God, I would have had to pass by that, like, a few times. Okay. Alright. I think I would have to jump off of there, like one of the higher points up. Let's go back up here. Nice. I guarantee, like, 80 or 90% of these I have gotten in a way that you're, like, not supposed to, but fuck it. Alright. So I'm just gonna, like, cowabunga off of this thing. Then, yes! Okay. Drive over that, please. Or around it, sure. That's it. Take a look at the map. 10 panels out of 10. 5 out of 5 here. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. You scroll over to every other track. It's 5 panels out of 5 the whole way through. Look at that. Over the course of several live streams. And, like, man, that was satisfying. That was good. Cheap Sheep Falls, Faraway Oasis, Peach Beach, Question Mark Ruins, Dino Jungle, and there we go. That's every single track. Got every single panel on every single track. Let's take a quick look. Change character. We'll look at the sticker collection. I guess I could change character to somebody else whose costumes I have not unlocked. Who do I still have to unlock costumes for? Everybody, I think. I can switch back to, like, I can switch to Koopa Troopa. I've only unlocked one costume for Koopa Troopa, I think. There we go. And let's take a look at the stickers. Koopa Construction. Look at all of that. Look at all these stickers. Unlockables and shit. Very nice. Very nice. How many pages even is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 pages of stickers so far. Damn. Okay. Let's have Koopa rep his own construction company. I'll drive the fucking this thing, I guess. I don't know. The cars in this game look very nice, I must say. Let's drive this. 1970s ass vehicle. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I've only unlocked 2 costumes for Koopa. And I guess now the quest begins to unlock the costumes and the stickers, like the P missions and stuff, for all these characters. Yeah. But that's it for this time. So right now what I'm going to do is quit free roam. And find somebody to raid. Looks like Aoife is live. Let's raid her. She's cooking bagels. I fucking love bagels. Alright. 0 chat activity, but that is okay, because I finished one of the main objectives that I wanted to do in this game. Have fun with Aoife. I'll be back next time.